Hello dear students, today we are going to see quadratic equation and this is part 1 of this chapter. This chapter is common for ICSE and CBSE. We are taking these from both the textbook, few sums from CBSE and few exercise from ICSE also. This is Mayank sir from the New Tulip International School. First, in content we are going to see to check whether given equation is quadratic or not. Second, represent the following situation mathematically, that means problem sums. And then third is different methods to solve quadratic equation and NCERT exercise 4.2. So first, to check whether given equation is quadratic equation or not. So if you have given any equation and if you want to check whether the quadratic equation or not, first you will need to know the general form of quadratic equation. General form is ax square plus bx plus c. Remember this thing, a should not be 0 because a is the coefficient of x square, and if x square term is there, then only that equation is quadratic equation. So x minus 2 square plus 1 is equal to 2x minus 3. You want to check whether this equation is quadratic equation or not. Then what you will do, you will simplify these and you will check that whether it is following the standard general form or not. X minus 2 whole square, that is x square minus 4x plus 4. Then you will simplify on both the side. So you will get x square minus 6x plus 8. This is following our general form ax square plus bx plus c. That means yes, the given equation is quadratic equation. Now on the basis of these method, you have certain sums that you will need to check whether the following are quadratic equation or not. You can do these sums in your book. You can pause the video over here and in next slide I'll share the answer with you. So here are the answer. The first is yes, it is a quadratic equation. Second, yes. Third, no. Fourth, yes. Fifth, yes. Sixth, no. Seventh, no. Eighth, yes. Now represent the following situations mathematically. If you are given a problem sum and if you want to find the mathematical algebraic form of that situation, how you will do that? So here is the question that John and Jivanti together have 45 marbles. Both of them lost 5 marbles each, and the product of the number of marbles they now have is 124. We would like to find out how many marbles they had to start with. So what you will do, John and Jivanti together have 45 marbles. Now certainly both of them will lose 5 marbles, and then the remaining marbles, if you product the number, then it is 124. So what we will do, suppose John has x marbles. Both of them have 45 marbles. That means Jivanti has 45 minus x marble. You remember these things. Some students are doing mistakes that they are doing x minus 45. No, you are not going to do x minus 45 over here, because the sum of the marbles both of them have is 45. That means if John has x marbles, then Jivanti has 45 minus x marbles. Now they lost 5 marbles each. That means John will have x minus 5 marbles, because 5 marbles is losing somewhere, and Jivanti will have 45 minus x minus 5 marble. That means 40 minus x marble, and the product of them is 124. That means x minus 5 into 40 minus x is 124. You will simplify this and get the simplified version. So you will get minus x square plus 45x minus 200 is equal to 124. You will take 124 on this side. So you will get minus x square plus 45x minus 200 minus 124 is equal to 0. If you further simplify, then minus x square plus 45x minus 324 is equal to 0. You can see here x square has the negative term, negative coefficient over here. So what I will do, I will multiply whole equation with negative 1. So it will become x square minus 45x plus 324 is equal to 0. You don't need to solve it now because they have said that represent these mathematically. So you will need to represent these in quadratic form. Then you will need to write what is x over here. So where x is the number of marbles John has. Now the second sum, the area of a rectangular plot is 528 meters square. The length of the plot is 1 more than twice its breadth. Again I repeat, the length of the plot is 1 more than twice its breadth. So we need to find the length and breadth, how we will represent this situation. So what you will take, first of all, you should know the area of rectangle, that is length into breadth. So the breadth be the x, because the length is 1 more than twice its breadth. So suppose we will take breadth as x, then the length is 1 more, that means 1 plus twice its breadth, that means 2x. 1 plus 2x is the length. So length is 1 plus 2x and breadth is x. Now the area is given 528. That means x into 1 plus 2x, that means length into breadth, is equal to 528. If you simplify this, then x plus 2x square is equal to 528. If you take 528 on left hand side, so you will get this kind of quadratic equation. You need to write where x is the breadth of rectangle. Now here is exercise 2 that represent the following situation mathematically. You can do these sums, you can pause the video over here and you can check how many of yours are correct, because in the next slide I will share the answer. So here are the answers. You can check your answers with this. Different method to solve quadratic equation. How you can solve the quadratic equation, because in polynomial chapter we have seen that a quadratic equation has two solution, two roots. So how you will get these two roots? So there are different method. Very first is graphical method, second is factorization and specially by splitting the middle term, third is completing the square form, and fourth one is general formula. The very important method is general formula, that we'll see in the next video. So first, finding the roots by factorization. How you can find the roots by factorization method? We will take one example and see that. Suppose I have taken root 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. So here you will need to split the middle term. You see the coefficient of first term and last term. So root 2 and 5 root 2. You will multiply these two. That means root 2 into 5 root 2. 5 2s are 10. So tan, you will need to find the factor of tan such that addition is 7. So it will be 5 2s are 10 and 5 and 2 7. So you will split the middle term now. So middle term splitted as 2x plus 5x. So from first two terms you will take root 2x as common. So in the bracket x plus root 2 will remain. and from second last two terms you will take 5 as common. So again you will get x plus root 2 in the bracket. So first bracket is x plus root 2, second bracket is root 2x plus 5, and the product of these two bracket is 0 because we need to find the zeros. So you will need to take the whole polynomial is equal to 0. Now you know that in mathematics the product of two numbers is 0 when either of them is 0. That means either x plus root 2 is 0 or root 2x plus 5 is 0. So the value of x is either minus root 2 or minus 5 by root 2. This is your answer. Now again the next problem sum I have taken. Find two consecutive positive integers, sum of whose squares is 365. Two consecutive positive integer. That means if you are taking one positive integer as x and second one will be x plus 1 because they are consecutive positive integer. Remember this thing, negative number should not be there in the answer. So one is x, then another is x plus 1. Sum of whose squares is 365. That means x square plus x plus 1 square is 365. If you simplify this, then x square plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 365. Then if you simplify further, then you will get 2x square plus 2x minus 364 is equal to 0. You can see these whole equation can be divided by 2. So you will divide this whole equation by 2. So you will get x square plus x minus 182 is equal to 0. Now you will do splitting the middle term. You will need to find the factor of 182 such that the subtraction of them will be 1. So 14 13s are. So you will split the middle term as plus 14x minus 13x, and then you will find the products. That means you will factorize it. So x plus 14 x minus 13 is equal to 0. If the multiplication of two number is 0, then either of them is 0. So either x plus 4 is x plus 14 is 0 or x minus 13 is 0. So either value of x is minus 14 or x is equal to 13. But in the question we have got that the consecutive positive integers, that means value of x cannot be minus 14. So value of x will be 13. So if one number is 13, then other number is 14. So here exercise 4.2 from NCERT textbook is given over here. You can do these sums, you can pause this video over here, and you can find the solution. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. In next session we are going to see general formula, completing square form, and some more problem sums on the basis of quadratic equation. Thank you students. Bye bye.